fire away whenever y'all ready.
Coach, we're going to talk to him here in a bit, but we know John Curry had a really big spring. How has he kind of translated to, through the offseason and now in the fall camp?
Yeah, John's put himself in a position to play a lot of football for us this year. So, I mean, he's continuing to grow, right? There's still some stuff as a young guy that he's learning on a daily basis, kind of trial by fire. But he's a smart guy. He's put in a lot of time and effort to get where he's at, and he's going to help us this fall.
How solid are you as far as a two deep goes? I mean, we know you got Jacob and Ben up front, the first reps, but it's behind them with Bryce.
We got a ton of guys that can play. So it's competition right now. But I coach every single guy in the room, top to bottom, and I feel like every guy in the room is getting better every day. So there's competition. We'll have a great two deep when the Abilene Christian Wildcats rolling here.
Beyond that, I guess, how many guys would you like to have that you feel like you could roll out?
I want to rotate at least 4 to 5 guys. So on any given Saturday, if we're playing with the effort that we're supposed to be playing with, there should be 4 to 5 guys rolling in there on Saturday.
How tight would you say the competition is for kind of those 4th and 5th spots?
Tight. There's guys. I love my room right now. I think our personnel department's done a heck of a job identifying guys. And then we've done a great job as a personnel and coaching staff recruiting guys. And so, I mean, every guy in my room I love. So it's tight.
Coach, how has Justin Horn kind of come along? Because last year he was, freshman and getting his feet wet, but I mean, he has the tools from what I've seen.
Yeah. So, I mean, third year in this defense with Coach DeRuiter, there's a learning curve, especially for new guys. I think between spring and fall, he took a big jump. So over the summer, and then he's continuing that jump this fall camp. I mean, he's growing exponentially on a daily basis, so really excited about him. He's putting some really good stuff on tape, and again, he's competing.
How much will Saturday scrimmage affect what you perceive as your top 4 or 5 going into I don't want to say cut line, but when you get down to the short rows when you've got to get ready for the season?
Yeah, I mean, any opportunity we have to go live, you put guys in those situations is going to impact, decisions on the depth chart, so I'd say it'd have a big impact.
Josh, with Bryce being out the last few days, who's benefited by that in terms of getting the reps that Bryce would get in a live situation?
So we put a bunch of guys in there. So Justin's one of those guys that's got more reps with the 1s and 2s. Wesley Smith, Trent Lowe, both Midland guys have gotten some reps with the 1 and 2s. Gage Elder's been in there with the 1s and 2s. So we've been rolling guys in. Obviously John's been in there too. But I want to give those guys every opportunity when there is those holes in the depth chart, when guys are recovering from bangs, bumps and bruises and stuff, give them opportunities to show what they can do.
Coach, how have your guys adjusted to wearing the green dot and the helmet and communicating with the defense?
Yeah, so I think we're going to have our same operation we've always had in terms of communication. I think it's just an added layer of communication. They've embraced it. So we've tried out probably 5 or 6 guys in the green dot to give them an opportunity. And so I think they like it because, TD's going to be in the box. He's going to see some stuff pre-snap before that thing shuts off that he's going to be able to help with and alert them to. So I think it's an added layer of communication. It's not going to take the place of all communication, but it's an added layer that they really like.
I'm not sure if anybody's asked Coach McGuire about this yet, but Dingle, I know he was kind of doing some stuff between your room and then with the Stars. I guess how at all has he factored in fall camp, and what's he been kind of up to these last?
Yeah, so he's one of those guys that's competing. So he's back, in the linebacker room. It was really good for him to play some star in the spring. Added kind of to his arsenal what he can do and where he can fit in this defense. Coach DeRuiter likes to move pieces around. So I think he learned, again, another facet of the defense, but he's back there, he's competing, doing a really good job.
At what point in the offseason did y'all decide to move him back to your room?
Right after spring. Yeah, right after spring.
This what all kind of factored into that decision?
Part of it was some of the time he was in a yellow jersey in the spring. There's less contact at Star, so he's recovering from an injury, and so that was kind of, as a coaching staff, a way for us to get him more reps on the field with probably some less contact than being in the box at backer. So that was one of the factors. Also, his skill set, we thought it'd be something for him to add, again, like I said, to his arsenal, being able to play some star, some different packages that TD has. He might be able to flex out and play in the slot, so yeah.
Josh, how long have y'all worked with Richie Gray, and what form does that take?
Yeah, so great question. I met Richie probably 2 years ago at our coaches convention, And it was through a mutual friend. I met up at the convention, and we kind of kept in touch. And then when you hear the guy talk about what he does, right? So he's Richie's like a world-renowned rugby coach who kind of stepped aside from coaching to specialize in contact and tackling, essentially. So he consults for several teams, consults for several NFL teams, and then works with the rugby team in France throughout the year. But we kind of started talking, going back and forth, and he has some equipment that he designed, and he kind of wanted a college program to try it out. And so he was gracious enough to kind of come on board and help us out with kind of what he expects from the equipment and give us some ideas, and just really wanted us to put it through the ringer. And so, he's been kind of back and forth on the phone and Zoom, and he's been out here a couple times over the last year and a half or so. But I think he's made an impact, on how we tackle and some of our thoughts on contact.
He does Zooms with your players?
Yeah, so he's been here a couple times in person. Anytime he's here in person, I want him talking to our guys, because if you listen to the guy talk, there's not many times in life where you can hear an expert, right? This guy's an expert. So A, he's an expert. B, those guys walk out of the room wanting to absolutely go take it to somebody. So he's an expert, and so we've been on Zoom several times as well. In the off season, we kind of had some cut-ups that we wanted him to look at and kind of give us his opinion on how we're teaching tackling and stuff. So anytime I've had him on, campus or a couple times on Zoom with the guys, it's an opportunity to learn.
And he's in Scotland?
He's in Scotland. So accent's even better.
But you said, you started that before what season?
So we started spring of 2023, so before last season.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I guess how much different does some of y'all's tackling drills look now that you've gotten his advice compared to when it did before?
So they're similar, right? He's probably added some layer of detail, and especially with his equipment that he designed. It's pretty cool. So he's an innovator, right? He's an inventor. He's invented all sorts of equipment for rugby teams to use. Now he's invented some tackling equipment for football. So the tackling drills still, I would say, are in the same general universe, but he's kind of helped us add some detail to it. The real benefit, I think, is in the off season. So the equipment can be used by our guys in the off season, and there's a whole program that they've been through the past 2 off seasons to kind of keep them battle ready. And I think that's been such an incredible benefit to it.
And is that just exclusive to your room, or has that benefited the entire defense?
Yeah, so it's the back 7, right? DBs have started using it as well. D-line, outside backers a little bit, but my guys have used it religiously, and the DBs kind of got on board with them this summer as well.
All right, that'll do it for Coach Bookbinder. Well,
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
I'll be up next.